Gentlemen, thank you very much for taking the time to spend with us. Your time is valuable, and we value your time, and we hope to add some value to you while we're here in the short period of time that we're here. And it is a short period of time, but like the Stoic philosopher Seneca, he said, as a good tale, so is life. It doesn't matter how long it is, but it's how good it is that really matters. And the American poet Maya Angelou, she said that life isn't measured in the number of breaths that we take, but in the moments that take our breath away. And I think what those two quotes have in common is that they're saying that it is up to us to create breathtaking moments. It's not just to sit down and let something happen and wow, that thing took my breath away. No, it's up to us to make those breathtaking moments. It's up to us to add value and quality to our lives. So regardless of how long or short it is, it would be an honorable one. So life, regardless of how long you live it, once you live an honorable life, it would have been a good one. And we have the responsibility for doing that for ourselves, for our families, and those who we come in contact with, those who we associate with. It's about adding value and creating quality in the lives of others. So the question really comes, ask yourself this question: how many times have you set a goal for yourself and you've not followed through? Tony talked about it. When you don't have commitment or accountability to someone else, rules are almost non-existent. How many times you set a goal for yourself and you never accomplish it? And after a year, you look back and you say, oh gosh, boy, I should have done that. Or maybe 2 years or 5 years. Or how much time do you spend in the past thinking about things that you haven't done or you failed to do? Or maybe you have what Jim Collins called a bad goal, BHAG. He said a big, hairy ass goal. Some of us have big goals, but we've never embarked upon them for a number of different reasons. Maybe we didn't have the finances, we didn't have the time. Sometimes we have the finances, not the time. Sometimes we have the time, but not the finances. Sometimes we don't have the support. And maybe it's just support you need to give you that courage to embark upon this big goal that you always had for yourself. But really and truly, how much time do we have on this planet? We do not know. Even the Bible says, the living know they shall die, but the dead know it nothing. So whatever it is you find with your hands to do it now, because there's no knowledge, no device in the grave where you shall go. Nobody knows how much time we have. So time is of essence. It's limited. We have no control over it. So really, the question is, if you have been trying to set goals before, or if you have set goals before and never accomplished it, or if you have something you've always wanted to do, but you've never started it, you always keep putting it off, I'll do it next time. When is the right time? I'm saying, consider now to be a right time. And if you tell me not now, I'm going to ask you a simple question. If not now, when? When is the right time to start working on you, to start working on your dreams, your goals, make it a reality for you? Because there's a Chinese proverb that says there's two best times to plant a tree. One is 20 years ago and one is now. I'm asking you to consider now, working on your goals, working on your dreams, and making a life that you choose by taking intentional action and living an intentional life. And that's the offer that we are offering you by participating in a mastermind group. Now, Tony started, what is a mastermind? And he shared the concept of the mastermind, which really and truly is where Napoleon Hill said, where two or more minds come together, they can't help but to create the presence of a third invisible mind that creates ideas and thoughts above and beyond which any one mind could have produced. That is the concept of the mastermind. The simple analogy is this. Think of it as you having one apple, I have one apple. You gave me your apple, I gave you my apple. And we walked away. What happened? We walked away with one apple each. But if you had one idea and I had one idea and we gave that idea to each other, we'd both walk away with two ideas. But guess what? Just the coming together of those minds would have created the potential for those two ideas to exponentially increase into a multiplicity of ideas that no one of us could have thought of had we not come together with those two ideas. That is the concept of a mastermind. And that is what we are offering you by participating in this mastermind. So just think about it. Imagine being part of a group of people who are committed to consistently improving the quality of their lives by making their dreams become a reality. And in doing that, each member is supporting each other, not only working on my own goal and my own dream, but I'm supporting and being supported by a group of other individuals who are helping me to achieve my objective, to achieve my goal, to create the life of my choosing. It's like the photo in the middle is helping me to plant my own tree. And sometimes that's all we need. That's all we need. We need a group of committed people that would help consistently encourage us to carry out the set of actions that we already know we need to carry out. We have the ability to do it. We have the resources to do it. It's just that commitment and that support group that we need. And that is something you find in a mastermind. So what's inside the mastermind? There are three main elements of a mastermind group. And no mastermind group can succeed without these three elements. Without these three elements, it's a line. It's a sip and chat. We just get together and we blag. Nothing comes out of it other than old talk. The three elements that make a successful mastermind is the structure, commitment, and the people. Let's look at them individually. The structure. The structure is simple because the group set a date and a time when we're going to meet. It's not haphazard. We set a specific day, a specific time when we're going to meet. The meeting follows an agenda. So you actually have an agenda. You create an agenda for every meeting. You know what you're going to be talking about at every single meeting. The meeting is facilitated by a trained facilitator. Now, the truth is anyone can facilitate a mastermind meeting. But why we choose to use a trained facilitator is because facilitating is a skill. The facilitator has the quality and the knowledge and the expertise to ask the right questions at the right time and get from the individual the truest desire and to help them feel comfortable enough that they can express what's on their mind and construct it in a way that they can see it a little bit better than they were seeing it had it not been for the facilitator. So it's facilitated by a trained facilitator. When you come to the meeting, it's new people you may have never met before. So each individual introduces themselves. One of the things in introducing yourself is to get to know each other. Because here it is, you're going to be spending time with people, you're going to be helping people create a life of their choosing, make their dream become a reality, help them to accomplish their goals, and they are helping you accomplish yours. So it's the harmony that's created in getting people to know each other. When people introduce themselves, they also talk about what they bring to the table. Some of their experiences, some of their exposure, some of their past. Just as Tony and I and Carol introduced ourselves and gave a little background, you do the same thing when you begin the meeting. The first meeting is normally the longest because you have to give time for people to introduce themselves. They share some of their significant accomplishments. Like I have shared my greatest accomplishment to date in terms of personal achievement in my career is the establishment of my coaching business and the authoring of my first book. And I'm working on my second book. I had to hire a coach to do that. And I had to pay a lot of money. I had to pay to get a coach to help me bring about my dream of authoring a book. So people talk about their significant goals, some of the things that they've accomplished, and they share what type of skills and resources they bring to the table as well. Now, if we are saying that each member of the group is going to be helping each other, it's good to know what background the persons in the group have and what are some of the type of resources and assistance they may be able to bring to the table. An important thing when you get to a mastermind group is really, honestly, being desirous of helping those members of the group with the resources that you have at your availability. So people share their resources, what I can bring to the table. People also say what type of help they might need and what help looks like. The membership guide, the members guide. But there's a guide that you have that helps you to gain a more comprehensive understanding of the processes than I am explaining to you now. It goes into a lot more detail. There's a hot seat. The hot seat is where every individual as a part of that group gets a chance to sit on the hot seat. And the hot seat is simply saying, this is where you say to people what goal you have on the table. What is it you want to accomplish? What is it you want to achieve? And what have you been working on? And what have been giving you challenges? What are the obstacles? What are the roadblocks? And here is where members of the group get a good understanding of what you are trying to achieve. And here it is, they may be able to tell you, well, as Tony said, some hard love. Maybe you're going about it wrong, Maybe you're starting from the end when you should start from the beginning, Or maybe you're starting at the middle. Tony talked about being smart about our goals. Maybe that goal isn't so smart, Are you really sure you could achieve that? Is this a pie in the sky? And help the person to really think about what it is they're trying to do, whether they're actually setting themselves up for failure, or if this is something I can really accomplish with the help of this group that I'm now being a part of. Members of the group say, yeah, I see what you're saying, and this is how I can assist you. And sometimes the assistance might just be in helping someone structure their thoughts together, so they might be in a better place to systematically identify the things that are necessary to accomplish their goals. That's where the hot seat is. And that's the most exciting part of a mastermind meeting. But within that, people make commitments to help each other. And the idea is that you maintain and you honor those commitments. That's where confidentiality comes in. Confidentiality. The people you meet in a mastermind, they have their lives outside of the group, and they've done things, and they might be committing to sharing things with you to help you on your journey. It is important that you never, ever, on any circumstances, reveal what's taking place in the group to any other person other than if the person themselves give you the permission to reveal something. The second rule or the second element is commitment. If you're not committed to spending at least 6 months in a mastermind, don't join. If you're not committed to attending your meetings regularly, don't join. The idea is to have at least 2 meetings per month and at least a commitment for 6 months. Why? Because most goals that you want to accomplish is going to take time. Carol said, if you are going to achieve something at a different level, it's going to require a different you. And it's going to take some time to bring out the new you. So goals take time. And if people are not committed to the process, forget it. If they're not committed to each other, forget it. If you can't commit to coming to a meeting and everyone else is showing up, you erode the value of the mastermind. If someone says, okay, this is the support that I need, and you commit to giving that support and you don't follow through, you're going against the process. You're creating harm rather than creating help. So the most important thing, everyone comes to a meeting with a committed mindset. The mastermind group works best when members are committed to accomplishing their personal goals and even possibly a group goal. That is one of the most valuable elements of the mastermind, commitment. The third element is people and people harmony. Harmony is the key. When Napoleon Hill said, where 2 or more minds come together, he didn't leave it like that. He said, when 2 or minds come together in harmony. Opposites might attract, but it's harmony that holds things together. It must be harmony to keep the group together. Sometimes you have really negative people. And by nature, some people they're pessimistic because of our experiences, our past experiences on hurts, our disappointments, our letdowns by other people, for example. We have a really pessimistic and negative mindset. And when that happens, they can bring that disharmony into the group, and that shatters everything. So the negativity is taken out. It doesn't mean that if someone is saying something that is really off, you can't say, hey, I think you should really back it up a little bit. Think about what you're saying a little bit. Are you really sure that's what you're thinking about doing? You should give that feedback, that pushback, because sometimes people are unrealistic about what they want to achieve, and they just need somebody honest enough to say, hey, I think you're looking for a pie in the sky. And just that may help them to start looking at things a little bit differently. So the connection in the group is the people, the harmony that they bring. Another thing too is some of the skill sets and the background of certain people. Some people may only want to be in a mastermind with other business people. Some people may want to be in a mastermind with only athletes, because you can join a mastermind that accomplish any goal. It could be affiliate marketing. It could be relationships. You want to find a nice partner, and you join a mastermind group to help you learn some life skills to meet a partner. Some people join clubs to find partners and that type of stuff. So you can be, maybe you want to get better at your health, you're overweight or you're underweight, you're not using your diet properly, and you join a mastermind group for health purposes. It's endless what you can use a mastermind for. But the key is the people and what they bring, the commitment that they give to each other in helping each other achieve their goals and objectives. So it's important that members care about each other, members respect each other, and members are committed to carrying out the process, and their commitment that they offer to others, they commit to doing that. So every meeting we try to start off with a positive, because a lot of times, again, negativity starts, I didn't do this, I couldn't do this, I can't do that. It's always good to start on a positive note. Share your accomplishments. As you're going along, you share how you are progressing in your goal accomplishment. And if you're getting challenges, what are those challenges? What are the roadblocks, and what type of assistance you need? Napoleon Hill also said a really, really important thing. He said, in order to achieve any goal, you must have 4 elements. 1, you must know exactly what it is you want. 2, you must take action. 3, you must monitor what you're doing. And if you're not achieving your objectives, 4, be prepared to change something. That's what the meeting creates. So my question to you is, 2022, are you prepared to change something? Is there something that you want to accomplish that you've not been able to accomplish? Is there something that you've always wanted to do that you just haven't started because you haven't had people to hold you committed? Or maybe the goal that you want is not a smart one. The SMART principle we use is simply that your goals must be specific. S. You must identify exactly what you want. As Napoleon Hill said, you must know exactly what you want. You can't be doing 10 things at the same time and expect to achieve high-level results in any one. The more things you take on is the less you will accomplish, because activity does not equal accomplishment. People think if I do a lot of things, I'm busy. At the end of the day, I am so tired doing nothing. Select your goal. One goal. Be smart. Be specific. M, make sure you can measure your goal. If you are not measuring, you're wasting time, because some people think I can stand still. There's no such thing as standing still. The world is moving forward. If you are standing still, guess what? You are going to be left behind. There's no such thing as standing still. You're either going forward or you're going backward. So you must be able to measure your performance. How did I do this week? How did I do this month? How did I do over this last 3 months? Am I moving? Am I going one step forward and two steps backwards? You must be able to measure your goals. It must be attainable. Attainable means that whatever it is you're doing, you are able to accomplish it. And it simply means if you need additional resources, experience, competency, you may need to go back to school, learn a new skill, do some other thing that would give you value that increases the chances that you will accomplish that thing. That is attainable. It must be attainable to you. If I'm saying I want to be a rocket scientist right now, you're going to laugh at me. Don't laugh at yourself unless it is really to make yourself happy. When it comes to your goals, don't set unattainable goals and look back and laugh at yourself while I was playing the fool with myself. R, relevant. It must be relevant to you, not to me, not to any other person in the group. The goal must be relevant to you. Is it relevant to your spirituality, your physical health and well-being? Maybe it's your career. Maybe it's your relationship. This goal that I want to accomplish, it is relevant to my relationship. That's why I'm embarking upon this journey. That's why I'm learning new skills. That's why I'm learning new competencies to be successful in my relationship or my business, whatever it is. But it must be relevant to you. And it must be time bound. You must set timelines for yourself. If you're not achieving your goals when you said you were going to achieve it, you need to change something. Know what you want. Take action. Guess what? All action produces results. You might be doing some things that are taking you away from your goals rather than towards your goals. So taking action doesn't mean doing any and everything. It means doing the thing that has the greatest potential to achieve your goals. And if you're not doing that, the only way you'd know is if you're measuring. And if you're not getting where you need to be when you need to be there, you got to change something. Who was it that said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result? We all know that. And yet still, we all fall victim to that. The hot seat will help clear that up, where you can be specific. You can measure your goal. You can recognize if it is attainable. You can really look and see the relevance of it to you. And you're going to be able to set timelines, and the members of the group are going to hold you committed. And you're going to feel a sense of responsibility too, to be committed to these people, to do the things you ought to be doing to accomplish what you need to accomplish in the time that it needs to be accomplished. So the facilitator is key. The facilitator is key because he asks the questions. Make sure people clarify things in such a way that there's no ambiguity, there's no misunderstanding. When you come off of that hot seat, you have a clear idea of what you want. But don't be mistaken. It is not the facilitator who is giving the suggestions. The facilitator is just facilitating the meeting. It is the members of the group that is giving the information, the support, the feedback, and making commitment to help each other grow in a positive way. Whatever you wanted, whatever you didn't do and still have to do, don't put it off for tomorrow. Don't put it off for tomorrow. Today is the only day that we are sure of. Start living today. I heard a quote recently. It said, consider yourself as being dead. Now, take what is left of your life and live it properly.